What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of El Jardín Perdido. Today, we're planting potatoes. All right, so I have a previous video from last year in which I harvested a bunch of potatoes, really nice yield. And it was right around this time, I think, that I started planting them when things cooled off a little. Right now, we're at the end of November in Houston, Texas, zone 9A/B. And it's a pretty ideal small little window to plant some potatoes before any kind of frost. So yeah, from that harvest last year, I had a couple of potatoes that were kind of small, so I used them as seed potatoes. Stored them in a bag, hadn't gotten to them for a while. Lo and behold, I'm cleaning the house and they haven't sprouted, but they've rooted. Also last year, I had a bed that was close to where my goats and chickens used to reside. Really fertile, really nice soil. Even though I'm usually a proponent of rotating things, it seemed to work well. We'll give it another season. So yeah, here's the bag. And we've got either a yam or a sweet potato. This one's purple. This one's regular. We're gonna save those for another spot because they sprawl out so much. Right here is where we have the little seed potatoes rooted. So we're gonna set those aside and they are definitely ready. And then I had a few more in here. Here's another seed potato. And then here I had a few russets. They're organic and they're starting to sprout too. They're store-bought, but that's essentially how I got the other ones started. But we're gonna throw those in too. I'm not gonna bother cutting out the eyes because they're borderline. I'm not sure. This one's definitely sprouting, but it's kind of between rotting and sprouting at this point. So the first thing we're gonna do is clear out any of this mulch, but we'll save it. But we're going to have to work the soil a little bit. Right now, I'm also just cleaning up the perimeter of the bed. Some encroaching grass here, crabgrass. And yeah, so that's out of the way. Some mondo grass here. Not sure what this is. It kind of looks like a good weed. This is some kind of a little sapling we don't need. Let's clear some of this mulch out. We're probably going to utilize this entire bed for potatoes this year. This, something that didn't make it. I think it was a tomato or some sort. Can also just mulch up whatever that was. All right, so we've got kind of a clean palette here. I might actually run into some more potatoes, we'll see. So I'm gonna get a shovel and I'm gonna not till, but just kind of bust up the soil, make sure it's nice and loose. So yeah, just going throughout, busting it up. This soil is really nice and conditioned too. Look at that, black gold still. Keeping that little seedling, looks like a plantain or something. Okay, we're looking good here. Nice soil for a nice potato bed. So our bed's all prepared. And you know what, I do see I see three eyes on here. I'm gonna go ahead and separate those. We've got one here, tiny little one there. And we have a third, but maybe a potential fourth, so I'll just cut that in half as well. All right, and I don't have a shovel with me, so we're just gonna dig about 8 inches down, plop those in. Probably wait to fill them back until I make sure that everything's evenly spaced out. We got these little seed potatoes. Yeah, I won't bury them back yet until we know everything's been accounted for. Pretty fragile roots too, so be careful. A little bit tangled up here. Yeah, if they're real small like this, I won't worry too much about crowding. 2 will go in there. Just kind of looking for some other spots. 2 can go in there. As for the sweet potatoes, I'll probably plant them next to the fence because I have a little tactic in which I let all their foliage grow outward, because I mean they can cover, you know, a tremendous amount of space. So I'll have the tubers on my side of the fence and let the foliage go out that way. As for these guys, I'm just gonna throw them somewhere random. They haven't sprouted, they're kind of mushy, they're questionable. So let's just go ahead and backfill everything. Okay, bed's looking nice and sound. Now we'll just mulch over it, and I probably need some extra mulch that I'll grab at some point. All right guys, so that's our bed, tucked back like nothing even happened. And in a few months we should get some nice growth. Maybe I'll keep you guys posted on some shorts or via my other social media, Instagram, etc. All right guys, so that was a relatively short video, relatively simple process. Want to encourage you guys to grow some potatoes this year, super easy. Just make sure you buy organic. I know for a fact that sweet potatoes get nuked through some kind of radiation to prevent sprouting, so that's something to look out for. All right guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. As always, thanks for tuning in, and until next time.